Morning, it's November the 7th, 2023, and we're going to be headed in that direction. But let me show you where we've been. We've been in the town of Kyay, on the other side of that wall.
This stop offered a safe harbor from high winds which delayed our passage, but it was a fun stop.
We started by anchoring on the other side of this bridge. We visited Monemvasia.
We enjoyed climbing to the top. The views were great.
And now we're going to be headed south. This is the eastern side of the Peloponnesus Peninsula. And we're headed for about 3 hours till we get to the Cape of Melius. Cape of Melius has a reputation
for being dangerous in high winds.
So we're intentionally making this passage on a very calm day.
Here's some previews of this episode.
Quit because there is
Now back to our regularly scheduled program.
Kyparissia over there, Monemvasia is right here. We're headed to Cape Melius, and I think we timed it so that the winds will be calm when we go around. So that'll be desirable.
We're motoring intentionally today because we want to be fair weather sailors and get around that.
Get around that instead of having 20 knot winds right on the bow. It's hard to go towards the wind like that.
This is what the peninsula looked like a week ago on November the 1st. The clouds warned us of high winds. We were happy to find safe harbor in Monemvasia Marina. And this is what the eastern side of the peninsula looked like on November the 7th, the day of our departure.
Today's Tuesday, November the 7th, 2023. What did this cape look like Saturday, Sunday, and Monday?
A wild place.
A wild place.
Big waves and strong winds, 20 knot winds. They were 30 knots for a while. Probably had, 35 to 40 knot gusts. So it would have been really difficult to go against that. Okay, we're turning due south. Okay, going around that. Now we have to go around that next point to be able to turn and go west.
In Homer's Odyssey, Odysseus was blown off course trying to round the Cape of Melius. He was on his way west, home to Ithaca.
It's right there still, the tower.
We'll be losing sight of the lighthouse after we reach the Cape of Melius and turn west.
Sweetheart, what's the name of that island?
I think it's Kythera.
That's Peloponnesus Island. And this is the
Peloponnesus Peninsula.
The eastern branch of the peninsula.
We're motor sailing on the Peloponnesus Strait.
And we're headed west.
Headed west to somewhere in time.
Your favorite song.
That's it. Got a ways to go.
Very good.
If you've watched our previous videos, you know that we've sailed the southern and the northern Aegean Sea, and now we're returning to the Ionian Sea. The image shows our location, just west of Cape Melius and north of the island of Kythera. The red arrow points to the Peloponnesus Strait. We're now on the Gulf of Laconia, and our destination is Porto Caggio for tonight. If you've been following us, you may be aware that my dad asked me to be home in November instead of December, so we're on a shorter timeline to get to our winter marina. We initially planned to anchor here for the night, but we decided to continue to motor sail through the night until we reached the west side of the peninsula. We left Porto Caggio at 5:16 p.m. We felt well rested, and by 7:08 p.m. we were on the tip of the Middle Peninsula. By 2:10 a.m. we were on the other side and continuing on the Ionian Sea. Can you see the shooting star? Good morning. Take a peek at our episode 40. We first crossed the Gulf of Kalamata, July of 2023. It was hot that summer. We enjoyed swimming and we enjoyed seeing the caves of Tiro. And now we're crossing the Gulf of Kalamata again, but this time going west. We'll be traveling between islands ahead with the goal of reaching Pylos. The Bortzi was built in the 1500s during the Turkish occupation and used as a prison. We sailed through the night with the goal of reaching Pylos on the eastern side of the peninsula. Episode 39 includes our adventures in Pylos during our first visit in July of 2023. We explored a castle and learned about the history of Navarino Bay. We're happy that we made our goal of arriving in Pylos before sunset. This time we tied up to the town quay. We plan to check out of Greece here in Pylos. We've loved our time in Greece. We've made great memories. Before we leave Pylos, I need to repair my glasses and get some olive oil. This shop repaired my glasses for free. We loved exploring Greece. We don't want to leave, but we're also happy for the next adventure. We have a reservation in Tunisia. If the winds are favorable, we'll sail directly west to Sicily. That will be a 3-day passage, and then southwest to Tunisia. That'll be a 2-day passage. If the winds are not favorable, this map shows our plan B to get across the Ionian Sea. And if we run out of time because the weather doesn't cooperate, plan C will be a marina on the coast of Greece. As a reminder, we're trying to get to our winter marina 3 weeks sooner than expected. We got up early the next morning to begin our passage. 2 hours later, we were a good distance from the coast and saw a beautiful sunrise. But by 7 a.m., the motor quit.
Quit because there is a bug in it.
The engine quit.
So we have to clean the fuel lines. So we got to sail for a while, clean the fuel lines, and then we can be motoring again.
Today we started motor sailing to make up time because we have a tight weather window for a safe 3-day passage directly west across the Ionian Sea. We return to the coast to find a protected anchorage where we can clean the fuel in steady seas. This newest delay affects our plans.
We want a working engine for our 3-day passage across the Ionian Sea. At this point, winds are so light that we're making very little progress. Wanted to turn around and go back into Pylos to do the fuel polishing. However, it worked better to actually kind of head north or northeast. And so we're trying desperately to get towards the coast where the waves might be low enough for us to have a steady fuel tank when I open it up to do the fuel polishing. Meanwhile, the forecast for going west was not going to allow us just to sail the whole way, since on the 3rd day, winds were forecast to come out of the west and then increase to over gale force winds, and we would be stuck in that on the 4th and 5th day during a gale.
The last time we were in Katakolon, we went to visit the ancient Olympic village. I entered the arena and I competed fairly, but Mark cheated and had to pay a fine. We awoke the next morning to a very windy and cloudy day.
Wow, so glad we polished the fuel the night before in this bay, because wait till you see what happens next.
Isn't she pretty? Thank you for beginning to put the side panels up for me, sweetheart.
On a day like today, that's good.
The next passage is through the Strait of Zakynthos. I'm safe and dry standing on the companion steps.
I heard thunder. What does Doppler radar say about it?
2 more miles of this rain and we're through it. There was a band of rain 5 miles wide with 35 knot gusts. From the opposite direction we're going, I had just a head sail out, going with the wind earlier at 3 knots, 4 knots, and then suddenly this hit.
Well, we
Coming,
knew it was coming. We just didn't.
I didn't know it was going to be this bad.
No.
This bad. Are you glad of your Dodger?
I'm very happy with my Dodger. And I'm very happy that I suggested putting the
Last one.
panels up earlier.
And leaking like crazy.
The last one's leaked like crazy. Not this one. You would have
Waterproofing on this one. Keep it up.
you would have water leaking straight above you, because remember there was like a zipper straight above you for like a window.
Yeah.
So we're trying to get to Kefalonia or Ithaca. Probably Kefalonia.
19, 18,
Whoa.
19.
What did you have for breakfast
Eggs.
this morning?
Mushrooms, tomatoes, very good, and toast. Right as I was in the middle of breakfast, this hit. I had to eat the eggs really fast because they were going to get wet.
Are you hand steering?
Yeah.
Are you
Just
gonna
over time.
Are you gonna want me to take over?
Yeah, pretty soon. I'm a control freak. I'm going to get us through this.
The answer is no, but you don't want me near the
Yeah, these the backstays, which are go to the top of the mast, and with the lightning out here, it's just that one of us.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right?
The winds are supposed to be from the south,
Yeah.
coming from behind us. So the flag would be flying forward, but in this case, the flag is not flying forward.
Flying towards the south.
It's flying towards us south behind us.
23, 25. 30 knots and 35 knots in the height of the thunderstorm.
Yes. The winds are not from the south.
From the southwest after this front goes through.
Let's hope.
It's going to start walking around for us.
The Peloponnesus Peninsula over there. That's Mark Stanton. And that's Zakynthos Island. All the way to the tip.
That northern tip of Zakynthos Island is where we moored in 2023.
I had a temper tantrum down below.
Know that the nav table is a jump table. Doesn't mean you have to throw it all on the floor.
We're making our way through the Strait of Zakynthos. On the left, we are getting closer to the northern tip of Zakynthos Island, and on the right to Kefalonia Island, our goal for the night.
Thanks for watching. Join us next time as we sail north on Plan B.